When I was like 10, I saw this movie on cable. It followed multiple characters going through their own personal and interpersonal dramas. One of them happened to be a kid who was in a relationship with a doll.
Ta-da! A piano. It's a grand, see?
I sure do.
As you can imagine, it was one of the weirdest things I ever saw in my life. And ever since then, this movie has floated around the back of my head like the DVD screensaver. I haven't seen it in easily over 10 years, so this should be interesting. The film was directed and co-written by Rose Troche, and is based on a collection of short stories by A.M. Holmes. It was filmed in Toronto, Brampton, and New York City and released in 2001. There are 4 different families, and the film is actually kind enough to introduce them all in the opening credits. I love the homemade craft aspect of this title sequence. We don't really see stuff like this commonly anymore. Anyway, we have the Golds, the Trains, the Christensens, and the Jennings. I'll admit I'm still unfamiliar with most of these actors, but they deserve credit nonetheless. In the Gold family, we have Julie, played by the late Jessica Campbell, Paul, played by Joshua Jackson, Howard, played by Robert Klein, and Esther, played by Glenn Close, ladies and gentlemen. Then there's the Christensens. Helen's played by Mary Kay Place, Sally is played by Charlotte Arnold, Aaron Ashmore plays Bobby, and C. David Johnson plays Wayne. The Train family consists of Dermot Mulroney as Jim, Maura Kelly as Susan, Carly Colomb as Emily, and Alex House as Jake. He's the one dating a doll. It's not even his, by the way, it's his little sister's. The Jennings are played by Patricia Clarkson as Annette, Andrew Airley as Bruce, Haley Wanstall as Rayanne, and Kirsten Stewart as Sam. Lastly, we have Timothy Oliphant as Randy, who's not family to anyone listed prior. I think everyone does a solid job with their parts, but Glenn Close just steals the show, man. This character is the heart of the film in my opinion. How does she not have an Oscar? I'm mad now. Before the opening credits, we see Paul knocked out in his room with Esther at his side. She asks Julie to bring Paul's guitar back to his room, which transitions to a scene of Paul playing in a bar with his band. The track is listed as Paul's song in the credits, performed by the band Bullet, one of many with the same name. I wasn't able to find any more information about them, and there doesn't even appear to be a high-quality upload of this song anywhere online, which is a shame because it's a really nice track.
It's catchy.
The movie plays out in a somewhat disjointed fashion in spots due to how many stories and subplots are going on at once. It's not overwhelming, but there's kind of a lot to keep track of, particularly near the start when all the characters and relationships are just getting established. There are a few sequences that cut between multiple shots, characters, and locations. Let's take the first one. It looks like Jim's getting a promotion at his law firm only to find out, no, it's for the other guy. Esther's trying to get Annette's attention outside a bar, then Randy spawns in. Helen's doing Tai Chi, Jake's at soccer practice. I don't know why some of the boys are wearing baggy pants, that doesn't seem optimal. Sam and Sally are starting a fire in the woods, then they run off and start smoking cigarettes. Julie gets a vision of Bobby in her backyard and starts buffing her muffin. What am I watching? There's clearly a history between a lot of these characters, and almost every relationship is strained. Take Annette, for example. We learn she's divorced and has an interest in Randy, but he's like, nah.
Hey, I'll buy you another drink if you want.
From what I know of you, you're a nice lady. And it seems like you're taking a break from kids, your husband.
No husband, not then,
Still.
not now.
You got kids. I'm sure they need more love and affection than I do.
At least I'm dealing with things, okay? And not that it's any of your business, but I'm a damn good mother.
Then there's this scene where she calls Bruce about child support.
I'm sure you know the kids and I haven't gotten a check in, let's see, over 3 months. Rayanne's school bill needs to be paid, and Sam couldn't go to camp. I'm sure this is turning into white noise.
It's not all laid out, but you can get that her life is pretty messy to say the least. I just realized 2 of the husbands are named Bruce and Wayne. I'm sorry. Esther's having a hard time connecting with Julie, who feels neglected due to her mom having to take care of Paul all the time.
Yeah? I don't understand you.
By now we've learned the scene of Paul in the beginning was actually a flashback. It's implied that he and Annette had a thing, but it's not explained just yet. More flashbacks to this night pop up throughout the film, suggesting that whatever happened changed everyone's lives. The interactions between characters feel very realistic to me. They authentically capture the occasional awkwardness of everyday situations, especially with people you aren't on the best of terms with.
You might want to hold this up. Yeah, now try.
So Helen invites Jake to stay the night, which Sally and Sam find appalling.
But Mom, Sam's already staying over. Yeah, I'm staying over.
I know. That's why I invited him, because, you know, I thought it'd be fun, like a slumber party. He's new to the neighborhood. He's very sweet. And you know what? You two are just a little too exclusive.
Jake is dating a doll.
You going to the park?
Yeah.
Jake, shut the door. I'm X-rated back here.
The kid's a mega weirdo. Who does that? I'm sorry, it's not even a central plot point or anything, but it sticks out so badly. We'll circle back around to Jake's odd habits in due time, though.
Mom, can we get some chocolate sauce?
Oh, yeah. Want some, Jake?
But why can't you get up and get it yourself?
Back at the train house, Susan comes home late and Jim is sitting in the dark like a creepo. I do that too.
You got a phone call from a guy who wanted to know if your tires were rotated. Sounds like code to me. People really must think you're divorced.
See, Jim doesn't get to spend much time with his family due to work, and he's paranoid about losing his relationship with them. This story succeeds in showing that even in the mundanity of suburban life, there's never a shortage of drama. The film is subtle in many spots. It doesn't show you all its cars right away. There are a few bits where you hear a character's thoughts.
I refuse to panic. There's no reason why they have to know. I'll get my resume together and start looking for another job. I have to see this as an opportunity to change my life. I have skills, and I'm gonna put them to use. And this time, I want some credit for it.
But a decent amount of information about this world and the people who occupy it is conveyed with little to no dialogue. I know it can be a cop-out to say old stuff is better than new stuff, but I genuinely find it harder to come across films that know how to take their time these days. Like they're afraid they'll lose the audience's attention if everything isn't over-explained and there's more than 2 seconds of silence. I love when a movie lets its scenes breathe. Anyway, Sam and Sally are in the backyard puffing on some death sticks.
What are you guys doing? What does it look like we're doing? Hey, Jake. Want to try?
Okay.
Close your eyes and open your mouth. You should have warned me. What do you think she was gonna do? Kiss you?
Yeah, right. Who would cheat on this? Bobby comes out and catches them and then sees Julie in the window, which gives him a flashback.
Mrs. Gold, how you doing? Where are you going?
Home.
But I thought you had another half an hour.
Ask her.
Mrs. Gold, is it all right if I drive Julie home tonight? I promise that I'll have her home by midnight.
Yes, you may, Bobby. See? I can be cool. And, just what do you think we're gonna do in half an hour?
Clearly something bad happened that night. Later on, the kids sneak into the pool and decide to play Marco Polo in the dark.
Marco! Marco! Polo!
What, you never did that? Weirdo. We learn that Paul is actually comatose, with his mom seeming to be his primary caregiver.
You know, I have this image sometimes that someone breaks in and they try to rob us and they see your light on under your door and I say, don't go in there, there's nothing for you in there. But they don't listen and they come in and they leave. They don't even want our things. They don't want anything that we've touched because, I mean, you know how people are. They think that misfortune is contagious. Maybe I shouldn't have told you all that. But you know, I don't think of it as a bad thing. When I look at it that way, I see you as our protector.
I don't have any commentary, man. That was profound. Annette looks into Paul's window from next door, and now it's her turn to have a flashback. I was not lying when I said the editing was disjointed. Look at this.
Paul.
I didn't edit that, they just cut to it. No fade, no transition of any kind, no hazy dream effects or desaturation to indicate it's a flashback. Just treats it like a regular scene. That's kind of whack, man.
My husband is moving out.
I'm sorry that it's making you feel like this. It sucks how mean people can be to each other sometimes.
Okay, I just realized he looks like Linus from Shark Boy and Lava Girl. Oh my god. So as you can see, Annette is 100% a cougar. She and Paul were definitely a thing. The next morning, Randy comes by the Christensen house and Helen is all over his jock.
I was just wondering if you wanted a drink or something because, I don't know, I thought you might be hot.
No, I'm okay. It's early, so it's not so hot yet.
Oh, all right. Well, if you do, just holler and I'll give you some.
Okay.
Do you have a girlfriend?
Lady, what?
Not at the moment.
Oh, really? Because you're a good-looking guy.
Thank you.
Did she just forget she's married? The Golds, Trains, and Jennings go out for breakfast at the same restaurant, and we get a cute line from Rayanne.
You look especially pretty too, Pumpkin.
I'm not a pumpkin, I'm a girl.
When I heard that, I said, "Aww."
Here you go. Bet you that I was just happy to see you, huh?
Remember what I said about the realistic awkwardness? Do you believe me now?
Ooh, that's smart. Stop it.
Mom! Guys, cut it out.
You let her go. That's fine, you let her go.
Emily, let her go.
No.
Emily, let her go.
Make me.
I don't blame Jake. You know, what's a man who doesn't protect his lady?
I don't mind telling you. If you were my son, I'd kick your butt from here to JCPenney.
What? Alright, I'm just gonna let this next part play out.
Jake, why were you trying to kill me?
What are you talking about?
The strangling and the throwing.
She was really hurting you, and I had to make her stop.
Yeah, but you could have offered her a slice of bacon, a piece of pancake, and some waffle or something.
I wasn't thinking straight, and she was really chomping away there.
Indeed. But you sure it's not because you were doing it all night long at your so-called sleepover?
Not even close.
So you squashed Emily's foot just for me?
Yeah.
Oh, you're the best boyfriend ever. Give me sugar.
Annie, no, I can't.
Come on,
Look,
Jake.
I think it's
I
weird.
want
Oh,
sugar.
no, not right now.
Sugar.
Later, when we get home. Okay, come on.
I babysit that kid. Man, I should have never shown him my boobs. Well, it's not like you really saw him. I mean, you had a bra on. You needed the money.
What am I watching? At the Jennings table, Bruce announces that he and his new girlfriend, Catherine, are getting married.
We would just love it if the two of you would stand up in our wedding.
I don't want to stand.
Well, it wouldn't be exactly like
I
that.
don't care. I don't want to.
Well, you just have to wait until you see the dresses we have.
No!
I love Rayanne. She totally encapsulates how little kids have no filter. They just say whatever's on their mind, no matter the situation. In other news, Susan's mad at Jim for having drinks with Annette.
Forget that. Go to the mall, check out some dishwashers, because I believe ours is unfixable.
Oh, okay. Should I call you when I need a ride home?
No. I thought you could walk, getting some thinking.
This'll end well. At the mall, Julie and her friends run into Bobby, which triggers another flashback.
Bobby, that was not a half hour.
I'll have you home in 2 minutes.
Yeah, Bobby messed up. There's a challenge going on for a new car where whoever keeps their hands on it the longest wins. Jim tries to enter but finds out you have to call in. He runs into Julie and learns that Esther is actually participating in Julie's stead because Julie's under 21. So what does Jim do?
You have to let me do it. I saw you in the store.
What store?
I saw you take that blow dryer.
I didn't take the blow dryer.
You were there. That makes you next test room.
He seriously tried to blackmail this young lady, and remember, he's a lawyer. Jim's arc involves finding purpose outside of his job because his family have grown distant from him, and I get that. But dude. So Annette, Catherine, and Bruce are discussing finances and legal responsibilities, but I'd rather show you this montage of Rayanne being a thug.
Bruce! You can't do that to her.
Okay, Sam, I think I can handle it, okay?
Catherine,
Bruce! You're making it worse.
Sam, I said shut up and hang up.
This girl is a
Sam? What is that about? My own kid's running away from me like I'm a frickin' monster. That's Annette. That there.
She deliberately ran.
Sam!
So Randy yet again pops in out of nowhere and is kinda acting like a creep.
I was just looking for you too, Johnny.
My name's not Johnny.
It's not meant to be. It's like, hey you, but nicer. Are you ready to go?
Go where?
Your mom told me to come get you.
Why, did something happen? Is that why he was here?
I don't think so. She just said something about needing some time alone or something.
What about Rayanne?
Yeah, I know. Alone with Rayanne.
I should go see what's wrong.
Yeah, but she asked me to come get you, so... Tell you what. I'm gonna go get something to eat. You can come with. That way she gets a break. She could probably use one, right? Come on.
Did we just witness an abduction? Back at the train house, Jim is packing clothes and refreshments to go help Esther win the contest. He obviously never wanted the car, and this will give him something to do for the time being.
Why is that so hard to understand?
Great, then you can tell your kids while you're abandoning them. I'm
not abandoning anyone. Sue, come on. Hey, did I tell you what I got for you today?
A dishwasher to replace the one you broke.
Yeah, but this one's top of the line. It sanitizes the dishes while it dries them. That's pretty cool, right? No flu season at the trains this year.
It's great.
Yeah, this marriage is crumbling. We cut to Randy and Sam at some burger joint.
I gotta head over to the store, pick up a couple things. You all set? You got everything you need?
Don't forget to call my mom.
I won't forget. What do you think? I want to get stuck with you all night?
Did their mothers never teach them not to talk with their mouths full? Speaking of moms, Annette rushes to the Christensen house to look for Sam.
Oh, you sure you saw them leave?
They were pulling out when I got there.
They changed their plans. They left him out. I swear to God, Helen, he had this plan from the beginning. Annette, I don't think he would have done that.
Meanwhile, Randy makes Sam overdose on cough syrup.
Your mom told me she thought you were coming down with something.
That's you said she wasn't home.
Before. Johnny, she told me before when she asked me to come pick you up.
I'm not sick. I was just acting that way because of my dad.
Well, you must be a pretty good actor because she thought you were sick. I'm sure not going to second guess her. Here, just take 4 big gulps.
Obviously, her body has a negative reaction, and then Randy's like,
I told you were sick.
kidnapping and poisoning. You're going to super jail. Back at the mall, Jim is mondo obsessed with helping Esther win this car.
Energy bars, which provide you with all the protein and carbohydrates you need in case you feel a little hungry.
How did I get here? I tried to do things right, but maybe that's the problem. We're ruled by chaos. That would make more sense. That there are no rewards, no punishments. It's all just random.
We can see. Those are the rules.
There are no
There
rules.
are no rules.
Of course there's rules.
Now back to this creep.
I came as soon as I could get away.
Oh, Emily doesn't believe in waxing.
What?
She thinks I'd make a good feminist.
This is it. I'm not taking any more of Emily's crap. You're coming to live with me.
Really, Jake? I don't have to live with Emily anymore.
No more.
I have to start packing. Oh, you're the best boyfriend ever. You're number one. Jake. Oh, Jake. Finally.
All right, time to address the elephant in the room. What is the deal with this doll? There's no way she's actually alive, right? Jake's the only one who can hear her, so it's gotta be all in his head. But what's with the pubes? Did Emily put those there? What does she know about pubic hair? She's like 7. Did Jake imagine the hair? Is it not a doll at all, but a voodoo effigy animated by the cursed soul of a real woman who's bonded to Jake for eternity?
I guess we'll never know.
So it looks like Helen gave Wayne a little 5-finger slippy, to which he is unbelievably ungrateful.
Why did you do that? You never do that. What is happening to you?
Are you serious? You middle-aged vampire. She tries to break up the ho-hum monotony of your marriage just a little bit, and you're like, ew, who do you think you are, my wife? I'm starting to see why she has wandering eyes. Jim runs into Jake at the mall and peep the gear.
Nice shirt, Dad.
See, Jake knows what's up. Anyway, Jim gives him a few things to take home for the family.
And here. You know, in case you ever want to talk.
Great. Yeah, thanks, Dad. Bye.
It's got a 3-mile range. It's anytime.
Also, this isn't very important, but I like that Jim and Jake really look like father and son. A movie always gets extra points for me when actors can believably sell a familial connection. We see Helen's working in our office and Wayne comes knocking. Don't worry, she tells him off. How is it that Jake treats his woman better?
Ta-da!
A piano. It's a grand, see? I sure do. You really are in love with me. Yeah. It might be a little rusty.
Wow, you're so talented. I got you something else, too. I got her for Emily, so you can come and live with me. Her name is JJ Janie.
You little homewrecker. Don't bother with the introduction, Jake. I know who she is. We were born in the same town. And the piano? I suppose the guys down at the store talked you into this.
She likes music.
Buy the house. He doesn't want mortgage payments. Yeah, really. I don't know, you guys. If he's bringing another woman home.
So I'll get her the piano then.
See, this is what I'm talking about. This goes beyond regular childhood imagination. Back at the mall, Julie's playing a trivia game with the contestants.
Okay, I had a farm in Virginia. Okay. On a chilly Christmas, I crossed a river. Oh, okay, I know this. It's Abe, George Washington. Yes, yes! Oh, Sue. You know what? You did a good job.
Keep the t-shirt.
Man, that's foul. At least we find out why Randy's acting so creepy. We get another flashback, this time showing that Randy actually had a younger brother, Johnny.
Yeah, there's a couple of those cool ones right here. You need to take your mind off things. You should be happy with your love, celebrating. You got a good woman. Funny now. I'm sorry.
What are you doing?
I was just trying to wake you. You've been sleeping all day.
I had planned to go through the movie chronologically, but you've probably already pieced together most of what happened that night. Randy's so torn up about losing his brother, he decides to pretend Sam is his brother. It's kind of like this movie Noel, where this old guy thinks this young guy is the reincarnation of his dead wife.
Okay, here you go. Here's your coffee. I had a feeling you wanted black.
Right, black.
I got you almond butter cookies.
Almond butter cookies. Those are my favorite.
Now that was a weird freaking movie. I should review that. Anyway, I'm sure there's a name for this coping mechanism, so if you know what it is, leave a comment.
We'll make you some onion rings. We'll play cards. It'll be a good time.
I'm going to bed.
Oh, come on. You don't want some crispy, delicious onion rings? Some root beer? What's your favorite, Johnny?
I'm not Johnny.
Julie brings her friends to see Paul, and things take an interesting turn.
Where do these tubes go?
Pretty much anywhere things need to come in or out.
Does that mean he has one in his, you know?
Can I see it? Yeah, go ahead.
Oh my God. It looks like it hurts.
Oh, he hasn't complained. Wow. This is bigger than Adam's. Stop it. Stop.
I don't know how many more What Am I Watchings I can fit into this review. So it's the next morning and Randy wants to take Sam fishing. She wants to call her mom first though, which leads to a pretty poignant speech about consumerism.
I don't have a phone.
Isn't that illegal?
Just because everybody's got a phone, fax, computer, doesn't mean it's illegal not to. It doesn't mean they're smart or better. You just start collecting things. And then when they're gone, when they break or someone steals them, well, you feel like a part of you's gone too. Nothing should make you feel like that, except when you lose a person.
We then find out the bomb threat Jim called off work for was actually a hoax. Did I mention the bomb threat? Sorry.
You haven't called my house, have you?
No. What did you tell them?
That we had a bomb threat.
Jim, what are you doing?
I worked my butt off at that firm, and they give Ryan a partnership and me a plaque.
You can't do this, Jim. You're gonna lose your job.
Well, I thought I already did. Don't they know I walked out?
No. So what are you gonna do?
Is that Jim? How is he?
All right, time to find out if sacrificing your career and sabotaging your family's future was worth it.
Esther, what do you plan to do with this machine if you win?
I'm gonna give it to my daughter, Julie.
Whoa. That way to be my mommy.
What?
How do you feel about your mom doing something like this for you?
Oh, it's great. It's great that she's doing this for me. It's unbelievable.
How on earth do you get somebody to do this?
Well, I just asked her. I mean, it's only like 3 or 4 days of her life. It's really not that big of a deal.
What?
And I know it's hard, but she knows it's gonna make up for a lot.
Okay, well, there you have it, listeners. Guilt is alive and well, and if it's used properly, it may even win you a brand new shiny Z100 SUV.
All right, I've always hated this part. Esther is never shown to be a bad mother, and it's never implied that she didn't treat her children equally. I think Julie is referring to Paul being in a coma, but that wasn't Esther's fault. Julie's just being a self-centered brat. Sally invites the neighborhood creep to hang out, but he gets a boner after touching this G.I. Joe. I'm not joking.
Something happened.
What? But we didn't do anything.
Maybe the doll reminded him of his girlfriend? I mean, they basically have the same parts.
It's not always like that.
I am adding this in post after reading the book. Basically, in the book, the sister swaps Barbie and Ken's heads at one point, and when the brother finds them, the Barbie head falls off and he gets aroused by Ken's body and then releases himself in the Ken doll's neck hole. I'm grateful they toned it down for the movie. Jesus Christ.
Do you want to see it?
I don't even know if I can talk about this on YouTube. Basically, this little pervert whips out his
armor Vienna sausage
to let Sally overhear propaganda.
You can touch it if you want.
I think I finally understand why adults would only let us kids hang out in each other's rooms if we were the same sex. Now, even when I was curious about sex in the human body, I never did anything like that. When I saw this back then, I probably was just like,
holy shit, can't let mom catch me watching this.
And that was that. But now it's just uncomfortable. I wouldn't know how to handle it if this was my kid. He's dating a doll. The contest is starting to take a physical toll on Esther. She actually collapses when the buzzer hits for a break.
Well, it's the 70th hour, folks. And God or no God, Esther is giving Frankie a run for his money.
Also, the break is only 5 minutes, which seems pretty cruel. Esther, kinda out of nowhere, gives Jim a speech about prayer.
Last year, when Paul got into his accident, I remember the doctors. They came to us and they said that they believed Paul wouldn't live until the morning. You should prepare yourselves. That's what they said. And I mean, how do you do that? There was a chapel in the hospital, and I went there, and I stayed there for 4 days, and I prayed. I have never prayed like that in my life, not for anyone. I didn't even know if I believed in God. I just knew someone had to help me. If you are ever in a praying situation with him, be specific. Because God has a wicked sense of humor. He'll only give you exactly what you ask for.
You have some time.
When closed, ladies and gentlemen. Annette and Helen go out for margaritas, and this random horn dog shows up to drop the wackest game you'll ever hear.
You know, I could buy you a drink.
She's getting us margaritas.
We could talk all night pretending we get to know each other when we both know what we would end up doing in the end anyway. I think I could give you something that you need, and I think you could give me something that I need. That's a win-win situation. So, what do you say?
All right.
And it works? Even he's like, oh, I didn't think she'd go for it. Guess being married to this guy will do that. We cut to Jake's room and just watch.
You think I'm too fat to fuck, don't you?
Brothers and sisters, please join hands, for we must cleanse this movie of its dastardly ways.
You're not fat, you're perfect.
So what's the holdup? You've outgrown me. You need someone more exciting, deeper, more real. I felt it. Everything has to change.
Can't feel anything. You're a doll. I'm sorry. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm thinking we might be in a rut. Tanny? Tanny? Bye.
So the doll's dead. Or rather, Jake's outgrown his imaginary relationship with it. Will he stop being a pervert?
Find out on the next Dragon Ball Z.
Cutting back to the mall, Jim's car declines on a baseball mitt, so he just steals it. Cause yeah, why not at this point? You abandon your responsibilities, might as well get arrested too. Sam and Randy had a fight, so she gives him a friendship bracelet as an apology, which is really sweet. But Randy's still being a weirdo and wants her to get in the back. Why does he want her to sit in the back? Oh, just to recreate the last moment he spent with his dead brother. Yeah, I'm trying not to be too judgmental here, but this crosses so many lines. Randy is clearly disturbed and has no business dragging this poor girl into his psychosis.
Hey. Hand me one of those cool ones.
Cola or a Sprite?
Hand me a beer.
But apparently this proves to be therapeutic for him. Back to the mall again, and Esther's not looking so good. She has a flashback to the night of the accident and...
Oh, shit. Look at your mom.
Mom, what are you doing?
We have a winner!
What now? Mom, what happened? Martha, what is wrong with you? What is your problem? No, it is not just your car.
Yes. You are going home in a mega SUV! What an effort, Esther. You really made Frankie work for every part.
Pause, rewind. I always hated this scene, specifically how Julie reacts to her mom losing the car. Like, seriously? I know everyone handles grief differently, but this character is just such a snot nozzle. Like, dude, who treats their mom like that? Regardless, Esther won $250 for making it to second place, which is like $450 in today's money. Make of that what you will. Jim is pissed though.
You giving her $250? She was standing there for 71 hours.
That's a contest, pal. Only one winner can haul it, right, Frankie?
Damn straight, Bill. He gets a brand new car. What is that, 30 grand? 30 grand?
Your hands on my...
He loses his mind and completely trashes the place, attacking both security and radio personnel.
This is you, Jim.
Telling you to stop!
The catcher.
Just do it. Do it.
That's it, Jim. You know how to play the game.
Wait. I don't want to play this game.
The game falls apart without you.
Huh? Okay, first of all, what mall security are equipped with firearms? They might have a taser, pepper spray, maybe even a baton, but a gun? Okay. Jim had surrendered by that point, though. Great job.
I shot him in it. I shot him in it. I shot him in it. I shot.
Helen starts having second thoughts about cheating and calls Wayne from the other guy's house.
Helen, where are you? Are you okay? I tried calling you, but your phone's off.
Helen, please say something.
Say yes. Who is that?
Whatever's happening, we can get through it.
I need you here.
Where are you going?
Home.
You know, a lot of these characters make bad decisions, and she's really the first one to turn it around and do what's right. Shout out to Mrs. Christensen, however low the bar may be. Randy drops Sam back at the basketball court, and we see she's actually pretty bummed about having to leave. There's something that kind of confused me, though.
Samantha Jennings.
I told you I wasn't Johnny.
I'm sorry.
You know, when my mom and dad were first getting divorced, I would always pretend not to hear my dad call up to me to say goodbye. Because I always thought he'd stay longer if he could actually say it to me, you know? Maybe it's like that for you.
So, he actually thought she was Johnny? Was this partly just a weird coping mechanism and partly actual hallucinations? Whatever, dude. Jim and Susan make up, which is great, and all it took was a bullet through the hand for him to come to his senses. While that's going on, Randy goes to the bar to see Annette.
I don't want to bother you. I just wanted to apologize about the other day. It hasn't been good for me not to talk about the things that have happened, and if I did, I think if we did that, maybe I wouldn't have done some of the things that I'm sorry. I'll go.
Where'd you get that? Did Sam give you that? Did she? I mean, how did... She was with you.
I didn't know, I swear. Jesus, I didn't know.
If you did anything...
No, nothing.
Anything?
Nothing. I swear, I didn't do anything. I took her back where I got her.
Why would you take her?
I'm so sorry. She just looks so much like him. I just miss him so much. It was driving me crazy. Hey, I lost them both, not just Paul.
You need help, Randy. You're lucky she didn't call the cops on you. We see just how torn up Julie is over what happened to Paul, which leads to another flashback.
I'm so grounded.
For what? You're 2 minutes late.
15. 20. Get there.
You look good.
What was Paul?
Now, to be honest, I don't even have much to say leading into this next part.
Do you remember when you told me how you couldn't make the music in your head shut off? Every lyric, every word, as if you were there. I was so afraid I'd lose you to it. Afraid you'd just end up hating me because I didn't understand. I'm sorry for being afraid. I have treasured every moment I've spent with you. You're never going to tell me again, are you? I love you so much. My first boy. But I have to let you go. I hope you understand. Just tell me what happened that night and I'll stop. Tell me about the music.
It's gut-wrenching to watch, but I do think it's worth mentioning that there's no dialogue suggesting Paul is brain dead. I even sought out a copy of the book to confirm this. Again, somehow even weirder than the movie. The idea that Paul could have eventually woken up didn't occur to me as a kid, but I'll leave you to form your own opinion on Esther's choice. We get one final flashback of the events leading up to the crash from inside Paul's car.
Johnny, patch us up a couple of those cool ones, will you? You need to take your mind off things. You shouldn't let Karen get to you. She's not worth it. You should be happy with your love. You should celebrate. You got a good woman.
And thus we have the full story. This might sound harsh, but everyone involved is an idiot if you ask me. Randy for asking Johnny for beers, Paul for accepting the beer while driving, and these two for violating curfew, all because they wanted to pork in the back of an Audi. The only one I'm letting off the hook is Johnny. He's a child. Once Paul stops breathing, Esther and Julie embrace each other in a vulnerable moment. It cuts straight to the next scene with everyone welcoming the new neighbors. I actually forgot there were new neighbors. We see them once beforehand, literally in passing, and they have no lines. But yeah, they're all moved in now and getting to know everyone.
Linda and I would really like to thank you all for celebrating with us. It means so much to us. This is something we've worked so hard for, and, well, let's just say you've all made it, really special.
It's funny and realistic how a lot of the welcoming gifts are just things the other families want us to get rid of, including the piano Jake bought for his girlfriend.
It's a grand, see?
Let's just hope they never invite Jake over. To end the film, Julie sets up Paul's guitar and plays Paul's song for everyone.
In the morning, I hear the angels, they kiss our faces to make you smile. Oh, help me, we never touch. Please remember, I still believe in something beautiful, and you are all I need. Lift me up
This is a lovely scene, and the moment seems to bring everyone together, for the most part. It's not a happy ending, but what I get out of it is that it doesn't need to be. Things happen in life. We make choices, and sometimes bad results come out of it. I don't have a PhD or anything, but to me, this ending highlights the importance of communication, family, community, and forgiveness. That things are never going to be truly perfect, and even when things become rocky, we have to eventually move forward. And perhaps above all, to cherish the relationships we have and the memories we forge within them, because everything else is material and thus temporary. I didn't think about any of this as a kid. I was just amused by the whole doll thing. But that's one of the great things about media. Our perception and perspective changes with time, experience, and knowledge. And we can revisit things we previously viewed one way and feel something completely different with our new insight.